Today, I want to talk about how to get those unlimited energy. There are times when we feel like we don't have energy to do things, and as it turns out, to get the energy is to use the energy. That's how our body works. Here, I want to share about 3 tips that we can start be looking at to improve or add more energy to our lives. The first one is physical fitness. The second one is to open your heart, and the third one is to honor but don't indulge in your dark side. First, about physical fitness. When we do, for example, 5 minutes runs or 10 push-ups, what happens is we tend to get much more energy after that. It also works if you before you want to go to work, try to experiment yourself. Do 10 to 20 push-ups, and then you go to the works and see is there any difference when you're doing your work compared to you not doing any exercise. Because for me, I found out that it's really changed my energy. I tend to get more energy. I become more cheerful, and even when I'm talking, I notice the energy that I can project. Second, I want to talk about honor your dark side, but do not ever indulge in it. When we are growing up, from starting from 5 years old, we're growing up, we're collecting all these emotions that we suppress because the society told us to do so. Teachers say good students don't get angry easily, and then simply your emotions is not being expressed, it's being suppressed, and it is become your shadow. All the anger, all the nasty stuff is in there. But to use that is not to release it, to indulge in it, to feel that. Instead of be aware or and acknowledge all the stuff that you have in your shadow, the emotion, transmute it into your work. Transmute. It doesn't matter if you're doing presentation, you can use the energy that is not being used, but it's a lot is dragging you down actually because it's so heavy. So transmute it. You don't have to understand every emotion, just simply let it go, let it energize yourself. The third one is open your heart. The example is a breakup story. After breakup, this guy living alone in his house doesn't do anything, doesn't have energy even to clean up his house is a mess, and he doesn't do much. He only watch couple of streaming services, just browsing internet all day long. And then a month after, the girlfriend reached out to her boyfriend, said, her ex-boyfriend, and said, I want to get back to you. Leaving you was the number one worst mistake I've ever made. What happened after that? This boyfriend suddenly get all this burst of energy, start cleaning up his room for the girlfriend to come over. So this is the example of open your heart. When this guy open his heart again to receive it, what happens? The energy is flowing. We can think of energy is always flowing, but the moment we block it, it won't transfer to all our parts of our body and all our parts of different parts of our life. For example, financial, fitness, relationship, career. So all of that. That's about it that I want to share today. These 3 things to have an unlimited energy. By following these 3 tips, we can create massive energy that is not gonna be in our way anymore, and instead it's gonna help us. The first one is maintain physical fitness. Second one is to your honor and net, but not overindulge in your dark side. The third one is to open your heart. Thank you.